$60 billion. That's not the GDP of a small country. That's the annual revenue of the 'Ndrangheta, a single Italian criminal organization, and they achieved it by becoming the world's most sophisticated business criminals. Welcome to Hidden Ledger, where we follow the money they don't want you to see. Here's what you didn't know about modern organized crime. It's not about drugs, not about guns, not about prostitution. It's about business, legitimate business, controlled by illegitimate means. The 'Ndrangheta is based in Calabria, the toe of Italy's boot, poor, remote, historically ignored by Rome. For centuries, the Calabrians took care of themselves. They developed a culture of silence, omerta. Don't talk to outsiders. Don't trust the state. Family first, always. This culture became the foundation of criminal enterprise. The 'Ndrangheta started as kidnappers. In the 1970s, they kidnapped wealthy Italians, held them in the mountains, collected ransoms, used the money to expand, but kidnapping was risky, visible, attracted police attention. They needed something better. They found it in drugs, heroin first, then cocaine. The 'Ndrangheta became intermediaries, connecting South American cartels with European markets. They didn't sell on streets, they sold wholesale, to other criminals, to legitimate businesses that needed cash. The money was enormous, but cash is heavy, cash is dangerous, cash attracts attention. They needed to clean it, to make it legitimate. So they went into business. Restaurants, hotels, construction companies, import-export firms, any business that handles cash, any business that can hide illegal money in legal revenue. The 'Ndrangheta didn't just invest, they controlled. They used threats, violence, murder to take over existing businesses, to force competitors out, to create monopolies. In Calabria, they control everything. Construction, agriculture, tourism. If you want to build something, you use their concrete, their workers, their permits, or you don't build. The olive oil industry, controlled. The 'Ndrangheta blends cheap oil from North Africa, labels it Italian, sells it at premium prices. Profits are enormous, quality suffers, consumers are cheated. The tourism industry, controlled. Hotels, restaurants, beach clubs, all paying protection, all laundering money. Tourists don't know. They enjoy their vacation. Meanwhile, criminal money becomes clean. But the 'Ndrangheta didn't stay in Calabria. They expanded to northern Italy, to Germany, to Switzerland, to Canada, to Australia. Anywhere there are Italian communities, anywhere there are business opportunities. In Germany, they control pizzerias, thousands of them. Not because they love pizza, because pizzerias are perfect for money laundering. Cash business, high turnover, easy to inflate revenues, hard to audit. In Switzerland, they use banks, private banking, secret accounts. The Swiss tradition of banking secrecy became criminal infrastructure. Money flowed in, clean money flowed out. In Canada, they infiltrated construction. Government contracts, infrastructure projects, legitimate companies, controlled by criminal money, building public works with dirty cash. The 'Ndrangheta became global. $60 billion annual revenue, more than McDonald's, more than Starbucks, more than most Fortune 500 companies, and almost entirely invisible. Law enforcement struggled to keep up. The 'Ndrangheta's structure helped. Unlike the Sicilian Mafia, they don't have a single boss. They're a federation. Independent families, connected by blood and marriage. No central command to target. Cut off one head, others survive. They also learned from others' mistakes. When the Sicilian Mafia became too visible, too violent, they attracted crackdowns. The 'Ndrangheta stayed quiet, avoided publicity, killed only when necessary, bribed instead of threatened when possible. The result? They became the most powerful criminal organization in the world, while remaining almost unknown to the public. Recent investigations have started to expose them. Operation Olympia in Italy, mass arrests, asset seizures. But the organization adapts. New leaders emerge, new methods develop. The money keeps flowing. The 'Ndrangheta proves that crime is business, that illegitimate and legitimate economies are connected, that the line between them is blurry, that following the money reveals uncomfortable truths about how our world works. So what should you take from this? First, organized crime is business. The 'Ndrangheta doesn't steal. They control, they infiltrate, they dominate legitimate markets. This makes them harder to fight, more dangerous, more entrenched. Second, geography matters. The 'Ndrangheta succeeded because Calabria was poor, ignored, isolated. Economic development isn't just about helping people. It's about preventing criminal control. Third, follow the money. The 'Ndrangheta's power comes from their ability to launder, to make dirty money clean, to hide criminal wealth in legitimate businesses. Financial transparency is law enforcement's best weapon. The $60 billion empire of the 'Ndrangheta is built on silence, on family, on business acumen, on violence when necessary. They become too big to fail, too entrenched to remove, a permanent feature of the global economy. If this reveals something you didn't know, subscribe. Because next week, we're investigating another hidden empire, one that operates in plain sight. The money is always moving. You just need to know where to look. This is Hidden Ledger, where we follow the money they don't want you to see.